Hi guys, we get an awful lot of questions about what exactly is covered on a DYD tour. What does the tour cover? Well, let's start with it. First of all, we pick everybody up at the airport. The airports of the capital, which is Santo Domingo, Puerto Plata, or the new El Cate airport in Samaná work best for us. Then we'll check in. Generally, your first day is mostly travel, and the distances to Cabrera from the airports range from about 40 minutes up to about 2.5 hours. So by the time, with the way travel is nowadays, most people are tired on arrival. Generally like to just sit down, have a swim, maybe an afternoon drink, and quite often they like to meet us and the crew for dinner, which is fine with us. So we'll have a dinner at a local restaurant. We try to do is keep it as local as possible for your benefit on what you're going to experience if you decide this is the right area for your family. And the next day starts out at 9 o'clock. Will you pick everybody up at either the various little villas or the hotel? And we commence our tour. We travel as far in one direction is the town of Rio San Juan, which we're going to walk through the lagoon. We're going to show you some of the stores, and I don't mean in terms when I say stores, tourist, I mean supplies, groceries, hardware, things that are more typical of what's going to be of value to you if you decide to relocate here. Then on our working in a symmetrical order, we'll start covering some of the beaches that lie between Rio San Juan and Cabrera. We'll go to Calaton, Playa Grande. We'll make a brief stop at the golf course for all you golfers to see the clubhouse and meet some of the folks that work there. As I say, we are very connected with everybody, and we keep it on that level to introduce you to as many people as possible. Then we'll stop off for a lunch and finish off the balance around Cabrera. Generally in evenings, everybody does like to get together for dinner and talk and have a rum or two or a coffee or a wine and really start getting to the nitty-gritty after the first day about their personal questions and their personal concerns, which is important for us to address that. We find the people on the tour, the camaraderie is nothing short of excellent, because these people are like-minded thinkers, and people along the same frequency patterns generally get along great. And that's been the experience to the well over 100 plus people that we've taken on this tour over the last year. The following day is the same. We get up at 9 o'clock, 9:15. Everybody, we're ready to depart, so everybody's up at about 7:30 having breakfast, and we pick up around 9 o'clock. Then we're heading in the opposite direction. We're going to make periodic stops at a couple of other secluded, deserted beaches, and we're going to work our way into the towns of La Entrada, which means entrance or ticket in English. We're going to show some of the roads of La Entrada, some of the areas. It's also a very clean, safe, quaint little town. Then we're going to work our way into Nagua. Nagua is a town of over 100,000 people, and it's very bustling, busy, and it's absolute importance for Cabrera because it has everything you could ever want, from building materials, excellent repairs for cars. I do mean state-of-the-art diagnostics in terms of textiles, in terms of services. There's a market since we've learned over the last year, there's a big market with about 60 vendors where it's pretty much you take a stroll through it because time is of the essence, but you're going to see vendor after vendor featuring nothing but organic fruits, vegetables, meats. Actually, you order your chickens live and they butcher them and you come back in 10 minutes later and everything's all cut and cleaned and ready for, it doesn't get any fresher than that. Natural eggs, things of that nature. Then we pack up and we commence further, and we head up through one of the 4 large mountain ranges of Cabrera, but we take the back roads. And what we do is go through several little farm towns with incredible views, give you an experience that most people just do not get by going through these back roads, to see the friendly towns, the friendly people that live in these little farming communities. And we end up working our way in to Las Terrenas for lunch. And generally we keep the lunch natural as well. We'll all pitch in and buy a couple of chickens. We'll buy some fruits from the vendors. There is one in particular that when it's available, people have grown to love on our past trips. It's called pan de azúcar. That means it's bread of sugar in English, and it's a green pineapple that looks like it would be about the most sour thing you could ever put in your mouth. And when you taste it, it's indescribable. It's undescribably sweet. And it turns out that everybody just said, I've never heard of this, you've got to. And there's other fruits and vegetables, tayota and other things that we're going to bring along. And we're just going to pull off into the shade under a tree or two by the sea and really have a nice lunch, a beer or two, a soda pop or fruit juice if you prefer, and relax for a few minutes, have a great lunch, chatting, questions. By then, the whole group's already mingling as friends, and everybody's getting along, and everybody's having a great old time. And after that, we always give you the option. We tell you to bring your beach trunks if you want to, your swim gear. And it's no problem at all if you want to jump in the sea. It's all sugar sand. There's nothing to sting you or cut. The average visibility on this coast is approximately 100 to 120 feet from the surface. So pretty much at 65, 70 feet, you can identify what type of can would be if you were to see one at the bottom. It's incredible. So everybody likes to frolic. The surf's running about 82 degrees, so it's not too chilly. And then we all get back into the bus and, dry off a little bit first, get back into the bus and enjoy a different ride on the way back home, which is a new highway that was constructed. By the way, there's 7 state-of-the-art highways in construction currently as I make this video in 2013. It's a toll road done by a Brazilian company that rivals anything I have seen in Europe and America in terms of quality. As a matter of fact, all the new highways rival almost anything I've ever seen in terms of quality of pavement. And the scenery, it runs along the ocean. The scenery is incredible. We're going to briefly stop at a big cave. You can walk in, a natural cave. It still has stalactites and hanging from the roof. And we're going to show you an area that we kind of know over the next 5, 6 years is going to be an area that's going to influx for added tourism, billions of dollars into the country. It's going to make the 7 Mile Beach of Cayman. It's incomparable with the views and what's being offered by it. As well as then we're going to work and merge right back into the main highway. We'll be home about 6 o'clock, and we've covered almost 100 miles that day. It's a big day. And a lot of people want to take a swim, a shower, maybe a short little nap, and they love to get together for a little bit later of a dinner, around 8 o'clock. And again, we're gonna go into a different local restaurant to give you a taste of our meals range anywhere for lunch. Some of the local restaurants, believe it or not, 120 pesos, that's under $3 for a full course meal, all the way up to relatively, by our standards, expensive restaurants, which would run in US dollars about $12, which is a portion big enough for 2, 100% organic. So imagine a baseball size filet mignon, 100% organic with organic vegetables for about $12 that 2 people can share. And they don't mind if you bring your own wine. They don't mind if you carry in a bottle of rum. And we can take a stroll through Cabrera at night and feel free to drink a beer on the street. There's no Gestapo that's going to jump you or anything like that. Actually, most of the people from, I would say from US are the shocked the most of all. They're always asking me, what, can we do this? Are we allowed? Are you sure nobody's going to bother? Nobody bothers you. That's what freedom is. And I think I'm sensing it's something that's long forgotten in Western cultures. And then the third day, we're starting to search more the back roads, the area of Cabrera. And by the third day, people, actually most wives are approaching their husbands, and it's kind of, dear, I don't feel nervous or scared here at all. Most of the time, by the second to third day, that's already setting in. These people are friendly. The expats I spoke to, the locals, this just feels good, and that's what we've always said on our tours. People are always rushing and asking us, you know, when are we going to do this? When are we going to see land? And we're not, unless you're interested in it. This is not about pushing real estate. This is about offering you an exit strategy that very well might save your lives. And by the third day, people are just seeing that. They're seeing fruit falling from the trees in every direction. Endless cows free-ranging, chickens, the pigs are free-ranging, and they just get a sense of, wow, this is far beyond the stage of staging. It can't be done, and they accept that we're telling them the truth. And then we start going into the back, the back country of Cabrera, some of the regions that we think might be safest for your family. We will never show you or put you into an area that we wouldn't live ourselves. I can't say it any clearer than that. There is absolutely no slum area, if I use the word correctly, or low income area. All the locals are living fine. Many of the locals that you'll see in a little 20 by 20 wood house might own 50,000 acres of land, which by your standards would put them completely in the upper echelon. But here they're happy living the way they live. The children are fed, the food is plentiful. It's a very peaceful lifestyle. By the fourth day, people are already starting to come to us about, guys, we need to see something here. This is really something, if nothing more for an investment, this is something spectacular. So then we tend to break you off into other groups because people want to see farm, people want to see mountain views into the ocean, people want to see different communities, which there wouldn't be enough time to show everybody what they want. And we honestly try our best to cater to that. And so part of the other DRescapes team is, you know, I'll usually go backcountry, Denise will usually go communities by the sea, and so on and so forth. So everybody gets to really get a view of the best pieces. Just a little footnote though, almost all of our properties are not on public websites because the best deals are kept in your pocket in this country. That's just how real estate works. We'll get into that more in depth should you be interested at a later point in time though. And again, the fifth day, we're settling up with the bus for the fuel and things and getting ready for a nice departure breakfast. The staff always loves to come for goodbye hugs and everything. And then we get you back to the airport, make sure you're checked in safe and sound, and don't be surprised if one or two of you are crying because it's happened many times. People just don't want to leave. It's refreshing to rediscover what freedom's all about. So I hope this has answered at least some of your questions. I'm more than happy to answer all of them. Just click on the contact form on our website. You'll have to forgive me if it takes a day or two sometimes to get back to you, because I spend most of my time in the backcountry with other good folks like you, but trust me, I will get back to you. Just click on the contact form on our website. And I look forward to all your questions and concerns. On to the next video.